Mallett Buildings. We had a little technical difficulty, so I'll start all over. We had no sound. So today I'm going to kind of recap steel a little bit. Then I'm going to go over the law because it went into effect. And then I have a comment that I'm going to address that I received last night. So let's just do a little recap. Rust. That's the big problem, in my opinion, that you have to contend with when you talk about steel. When these bolts rust out, you have nothing on your structure, okay? A customer made the comment or asked the question. He said, well, I don't have salt in my area. I'm in Shreveport. Well, rust don't stop at I-10. It doesn't matter where you are. Red iron is going to rust or start rusting. And when that happens, you start losing your strength because this is the only thing holding the building down. Okay? So I wanted to touch on that a little bit. Like I said, I'm a proponent of post frame. I think post frame is a better product. I think it has better longevity. I think it's more versatile. And that's what we sell. That's all we sell. That's it, because that's what I believe in. I've been doing it for 25 years. Got 23,000 buildings on the ground. That includes kits, our packages, and the buildings we've erected. That's how many buildings have gone through this facility. I'm going to show you. There's a couple more pictures. You see rust. Rust is just prevalent. It's just prevalent. See here you put wood. They did this hoping that the wood wouldn't touch. They'd have been better off putting the wood. It had a lifetime warranty, could replace it. You got more rust. Rust is serious, and when it comes to steel, just take that into consideration. You're going to probably have to do some maintenance, and if you get a storm, those bolts are going to be weaker after years. It'll take a few years, but it's something you need to be concerned with. I'm going to jump now to the new law. It went into effect August the 1st, which means a home improvement, whatever you want to call them, not a licensed contract, residential contractor or general contractor, but that home improvement, Brent Dugas was home improvement. And did you pull up the part from the LSLBC? That's what I wanted to see. Well, if you go to the LSLBC site where you need to check for the red flag, that's a red flag, you're going to see that he's a home improvement registered. They cannot build new structures no more. It's over with. If they have not started the project, the materials are there, but they haven't started construction, they can't put it up. It's a violation of law. They're violating the law. If they had it under construction, if they started construction July the 31st and it was going up, they can finish that project. But after that, they can no longer build new construction. They cannot do anything on the structural frame. In fact, they've lowered this, and they got to be under 50,000 just to do handyman work. And basically, let's see where it's at. Yeah. Home improvement shall not include the performance of any structural work that is integral to the structural integrity of any new or existing structures. They can't do that no more. The old law was vague, and they got around it. No more. And what happens if you go that route and they get caught, they're going to shut your job down. It'll be ceased, and he cannot touch it. And you're going to be scrambling around trying to find somebody else to build it. So I'm just going to tell you, this law it's a good law. It should stop a lot of these problems. Everybody that's a license or home improvement, if they want to do this, go get licensed, go get tested, and get your license. Another law that happened, or that's important, they passed a law that if any contractor fraud was to an elderly person, it now could carry up to 5 years in prison. So, and that was a good law, because elderly people can be succumbed. They don't know a whole lot, and they were taken advantage of. You know, that's what happened there. Now, the last thing I want to address is Mr. Jardy Simon. This is what Mr. Simon had to say. He said, I don't understand that he's always throwing smaller contractors under the bus for the size of their office or facilities, saying it is a red flag. Let's stop and talk about that. It is a red flag. Okay? It is a red flag. There's a difference in someone who has a vested facility and no facility. There's a difference in someone who's been in business 5 years or 10 years versus 1 year or 25 years. The longer you're in business, the more stability you look like as a company. Let's continue on. Everybody has to start somewhere. Mallett has been in business 20 plus years. Correct. I guess he forgot he had year one as well. Let's stop right there. And I went through it too. Every business I've ever started whether it be the drug and alcohol treatment business, it doesn't matter. Now, the stinking thinking right here is this. I'm not going away. I'm not going to stop promoting the fact that I've been in business 23 years. If you've been in business 1 or 2 years, you have to deal with it. You have to figure out, how do I compete with those? That's what I had to do. You need to pull yourself by the bootstraps if you're a little contractor, Mr. Simon. Nothing's going to keep you from getting where I got, because I got there too. And there's hundreds of people that have partied and done it. But there's things you probably could do to help you. One, when I started, I was on every job site. I was actually building them in those days. That's a long time ago. So one, I was there. One, I built a rapport with the customer. Number two, I always had character references of people who knew me, so they had some other documents to show that I was legit, and they could count on me to finish the job if I started the job. Okay? So there's things you can do, but you might as well figure out a way to get to compete. It is a factor. It is a red flag. And anybody buying a building is always going to give more consideration to someone with 25 years or 5 years versus 1 year or 2 years. Like I said earlier, the longer you're in business, the more stability you look to the buyer. Okay? The facts are the facts. If you've been in business a year, don't run from it. Fight. That's what I had to do. So when you say that, and I'd rather an honest contractor with a small office, okay, it's just us. Okay, so let's talk. You seem to think that's fine to say that, but here's the deal. If you are an honest contractor, if you're insinuating I'm not, well, I got news for you. I've done built over 20,000 buildings. I've been in business 25 years. If you're saying I'm not honest, I don't think I'd still be standing. If that's what you're insinuating, I don't know what your comment there is, but I will take this part of it. Do you think that the customer, if you have a warehouse and an office versus someone with just an office or no office at all, is not going to get better? The customer's going to be more comfortable and probably do business? Of course he is. He has some vested interest. If you're renting an office versus owning an office, that's a big deal too, don't you think? I think so. All I'm doing here is telling you what the issues are and what red flags you, or the consumer, needs to look for. All contractors should understand that's what you're up against. Does it mean you can't be successful? No. Does it mean you have to work harder? Yes. Does it mean you have to get more documents to prove your worth or your abilities and your character? Yes. So my simple answer to that, if I was you, if you're a small contractor, yes, I've been in business a year, but you need references from people who refer you, A. B, you need to have people who will write letters to show that you have good character and that you start things and you finish things. And you know what? The person who's buying is entitled to that information. I don't understand why you think I'm throwing them under the bus. I'm not. I'm telling the truth about this. And I think every consumer out there should be concerned with these things, because you see, just last week, SLPS, it's a lot. I don't know the total number, but it's way out there. It's a bunch of charges on people that he didn't perform. And he'd been in business 8 years. The red flags might have stopped those people from that money being taken from them. Now you take another thing, that same week, 2 days later after he got picked up, a poor lady in Lake Charles lost $160,000 to a home improvement. I can't even find that on him. And she lost $160,000. Maybe if she would have had the opportunity to follow the red flags, she wouldn't be out $160,000. So let me tell you what I believe. If you want to be a contractor in the state of Louisiana, because we do monitor them, the State Contractors Board, that's what we're here for, to make sure and try to protect the public, okay? If you don't like the fact that these things have to be said about you, maybe you shouldn't be in the business. I don't know what to tell you, except I started the same way. I was selling a product that was down. The steel people tried to stop me everywhere I went, fighting me. So, and the last thing, what's you going to say here? Trying to make something out of himself that someone that was given everything on a silver platter, just my opinion. Oh, you think everything was given to me on a silver platter? Really? Well, I got news for you. I'm going to tell y'all all something right now. I wasn't given nothing. Absolutely nothing. And if you'd like to call and hear the real story, I will. You sound like you're a jealous young man. You're making accusations you cannot even back up. What silver platter was given to me? You see, prior to getting in this business, I had ran other businesses, and I started from scratch. I was an iron worker. I've had jobs in my time, sir. But let me tell you something. What gives you the right to say that? You've got no evidence. Y'all get on there and y'all say those little words with no evidence at all. And I guess it makes you feel, I don't know what. But the bottom line is, I wasn't given anything. But if you got some evidence, I'd like for you to, and if you'd like to come on and sit next to me right here, I got 2 stools. We can have this debate, but you won't come. No, it makes too much sense, I guess. But if you're gonna, the first part about this, all this stuff you're saying, if you want to be in this business, you got to deal with whatever your hand is. And I did too. But this stuff at the bottom, I just realized what you said. Shop local, shop small businesses. Okay. Shop local, but don't check the red flags. Is that your contention? Your contention is you should go along what I say. The consumer shouldn't have a right to call those red flags and make an opinion based on the red flags that I've tried to educate them on. Because you see, I'm chairman of the State Contractors Board. By the way, I've served 4 governors in my lifetime. Okay? But I've been chairman 7 or 8 years, and I've been on that board 15 years. And my objective when I do this is I'm tired. Just when I saw Brent Dugas and that poor lady, I can't think of her name, I said, I've had enough. It's time for me to show these people what they need to look for. If you can't handle that, you need to get out of the business. Okay? That's my opinion. If you can't handle people like me who've been in business 25 years and have gone through all those gyrations, maybe you should consider another vocation. I don't know. I'm not telling you what to do, but it seems that you got some stinking thinking going on here, my friend. And I just realized what you said there, silver platter. That's really good, but you got no evidence. Now you said it, now prove it. So you see, folks, this is what we deal with sometimes. People have a tendency to make comments without any evidence. When I'm going to make a comment about something, when I talk about steel and I talk about rust, I put evidence on the screen. When I talk about the law, I'm reading from the actual act. And you can go to Act number 178. When I talk about something, I'm evidence-based. If I tell you I've been here for 25 years. I've been a licensed contractor. I'm licensed in multiple companies because we do multiple things. But when you start doing this without any evidence, maybe you shouldn't put it unless you've got some evidence, because that's not the way to conduct business. That's, folks, really, But I wanted to address it. It's a good debate, except get factual in what you say, Mr. Simon, because I don't think I know you. If I know you, I apologize. I don't remember who you are, and I don't think I've met you. So I don't know where you assumed all this. But folks, look, let's go back over the red flags. If you're a consumer, before you buy that building, 1, go to the Secretary of State. What's that going to do for you? That's going to tell you when they started the company. Okay? It's going to tell you who the parties involved in the company are. Just start there. After you do there, go to the LSLBC site, which you can do on your telephone. That'll tell you his licensure. If he's a licensed contractor, whatever classifications, if he's an electrician, plumber, whatever it is, it's all right there. Then while you're there, say, well, okay, I kind of like this guy. He came by the house. Okay, I can see he's the guy that started the company, so I'm dealing with the owner of the company. It'll tell you that because it'll tell you who started the company. Oh, I can see he's a licensed residential contractor, so hey, his licensure looks good. Let me go check and see if he's had any violations. And then you go on the site and you go to violations. When you get to violations, oh, he's got none. I can't find him. Wow, he's passed all the red flags so far. The only thing left for you to check is, okay, he's only been in business a year or 2, and he's operating out of his office. Did he rent? Or whatever. Then it's up to the consumer to decide if he wants to take a chance. But it's a red flag. People who've been in business a long time have proven the test they're going to be here. You see, how can you give a warranty for 5 years or 3 years or 10 years when you've only been in business 1 year, 2 years? That's kind of hard to do, because let me tell you, the problem you have, folks, is this. Most companies that don't survive are going to fail within the first 6 years. That's a national statistic, and you can check it out. So you have to be careful. Does it mean that some of them are all bad? No, but just be careful. Look, let's go back. I've given you the 3. Now you get here. Oh, by the way, do you have any reference letters on people who've known you that I can verify that you've done good work. 2, you're a legit guy, and you come through whatever agreement you make. Okay, you can do that. But folks, those are the red flags. Not telling you not who to buy with. I'm not telling you what to do. I'm saying, if I was you, these are red flags, and I hope these red flags help you make a better decision on who you do business with. That's all. I don't want to see you like that poor lady who lost $160,000. I don't want to see you like what Brent Dugas at SLPS did to a bunch of people. I don't want to see you end up in Baton Rouge with a complaint against somebody who took your money. But if you do the red flags, you kill the percentage of that happening to you is minimal. Just do your due diligence. And if a contractor doesn't want you to do diligence, then don't do business with them. I wouldn't, because that's just like this. What is so wrong about you wanting to see? I want to see your place of business. I want to see how many years you've been in business. I want to see if you have any violations. I want to see if you're licensed. I want to see all these things, because I'm getting ready to write you a check, and I need to feel comfortable about my check. Okay, that's all. Yeah. I guess that's all I got today, except I got to make some announcements. We have another site called Louisiana State Politics, and we're going to be, on August the 6th, we're going to be bringing in Heath Schroer. He's the AD at McNeese. We're going to be talking about things going on in the athletic department at McNeese. On August the 20th, we're going to bring in Dr. Wade Rouse. He's the new president of McNeese, and we're going to talk to him about how things are going, what's happening. I think that he's going to really bring in some great information about where McNeese is going. And last but not least, on August the 27th at 3, and these are all going to be at 3 p.m., August 27th, Will Wade, our coach at McNeese who went to the NCAA tournament, will be coming live and tell us about the new team and what his expectations are. We're also got some more people lining up. It looks like later we're going to be trying to get Remy Stearns on here. He's the public defender for the state of Louisiana, trying to go over some stuff. But we're going to start bringing some guests on and start going over some different things, because at Louisiana Politics and News, we're going to start bringing in some new stuff. I'll also be bringing other things on Mallett. I'm going to try to start bringing in different suppliers, help and educate you on different things. And if you have something you'd like for us to, or someone you'd like for us to bring on to talk about something, Mike Moore's coming on. I haven't set a date. He does screens, the motorized screens, and he does gutters. We do gutters too. But we're good competitors, that's fine. But we'll talk about gutters, but I really want to show you his motorized screens that they're doing. It's really a fine product. I got it at my place, and I think you'll really be impressed with those things do. So stay tuned. Turn on your notifications. We're going to be bringing some guests on here. If you have any questions or comments, feel free to send them. I will always come in and address them. I promise you. You know, we have to agree to disagree. The gentleman, I totally disagree with him. Okay? Well, look, thank you all for listening. You can call me at 337-515-2154. That's my personal cell phone number. Or call the office at 337-214-0428. And we can help you with the building. Whatever we can do to help you, give us a call. Once again, thank you all for listening.